Um, the great thing about the state of the city is it gives an opportunity for our mayor to have the opportunity to share with the community all the good things that we're doing. And, our mayor needs no introduction, Mr. Cody Bass. And, it's great to work for him and with him and our other council members. And, besides sharing with the community all the good work that's going on, all of our staff at the tables that you were able to interact with and get to know, we have a lot of dedicated individuals. And I just want to thank all of the staff for being here and setting up as well. I also want to thank some of our community partners. We have members of our Parks and Recreation Commission here, as well as our Police Advisory Commission. And, appreciate all of your service to our community, and thanks for being here. We also have some community partners. Lake Tahoe Community College is represented. Thanks for being here. Live Violence Free and the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency, and some Bike Advisory Commission members as well. So it takes a village to run a city and get things done. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Bass.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you and welcome to the City of South Lake Tahoe State of the City for 2024. I'm Cody Bass, current mayor for the City of South Lake Tahoe, and it's my pleasure to share with you the progress we've made throughout the last year. I'm going to start to call this meeting to order. We will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This year we began always starting our meetings with a tribal acknowledgement. The City of South Lake Tahoe acknowledges the lands we occupy today are the lands and the home of the Washi Shu, the people from here known today as the Washoe Tribe of Nevada and California, a sovereign nation. Since the beginning of time and for thousands of years before the arrival of any other people, the Washoe lived here and cared for this place, with values and intention that we can all learn from. On behalf of the City Council, I would like to acknowledge, thank, and honor the indigenous Washoe tribal communities that are the past, present, and future stewards of the Lake Tahoe Basin. And really, with that, moving into celebrating stewardship, which I think for me is the cornerstone and really the most important part of government. And it was without a doubt the most important part of the Washoe people. As the most important and most native people of our lands, we really have a lot to learn from the Washoe, and our commitment as a city is real to take that on. But as residents and visitors of the Tahoe Basin, we all must take responsibility as stewards of the Lake Tahoe Basin, and tonight I will be reflecting on what this means for the City of South Lake Tahoe. Good stewardship for the South Lake Tahoe involves responsibility, managing and protecting the city's natural resources, infrastructure, and community assets to ensure the well-being and prosperity of all residents, visitors, and future generations. As we reflect on our efforts, good stewardships this past year, it's important to recognize the undeniable dedication of city government to its residents. Despite facing various challenges, we have achieved significant milestones and made remarkable progress in several key areas, which is attributed to the hard work of the staff and support from my fellow city council members. Together, this city council has navigated many challenges. We have celebrated achievements and stayed committed to making South Lake Tahoe a vibrant and resilient place to live, work, and visit. As we have faced many contentious issues over the past year, we have focused on what's best for our residents and visitors. I want to thank Councilmember Wallace and Councilmember Cregan, as well as Councilmember Robbins, for their dedication and commitment to the city and representing the voices and constituents in our community. The City Council has moved into adopting a strategic plan, which we really have worked hard over the last few years to kind of consolidate into five major areas. And I think it really has done a lot guiding our city and really putting our staff in a direction that they can follow and really help our council stay within that direction. Our strategic plan has guided the city to focus on efforts to continuously move forward and make progress. Our vision is to elevate South Lake Tahoe by providing service excellence for an inspired future that values the natural and built environments, civic engagement for all, and economic prosperity. To achieve that vision, the City Council has established our 5 strategic priority areas. Tonight, we'll start with Area 1, which is our built environment. And our built environment is really To me, somewhat of the most important thing here in Tahoe. As we know, we have such limited land capabilities and we have such an important job to do to make sure that we preserve Tahoe for future generations. So to achieve that vision, we really have wanted to open up what we are doing to track those goals. And so we have made a tracking tool that is open on our website to everybody that really keeps track of what we are doing. So we really encourage everybody to go and check out that tool on our website, as tonight I will be rolling through many of those goals that we have achieved for this year. So for priority one, our built environment, I would say the biggest thing for us this year that will be opening in November is the Sugar Pine Village. And as part of our built environment priority, the City Council has been very focused on addressing housing, affordability in our community, and has dedicated over $25 million in local funds and grants in the last 3 years to address housing affordability in our community. The progress on Sugar Pine Village Affordability Housing Project is a significant achievement and will soon be providing more opportunity for quality, affordable housing for our local workforce. The first phase of the project, which includes 68 apartment units, will be opening next month, and families will be moving into their new homes. The next phase of 60 units is projected to be opening next summer or fall, and the 2 remaining phases are well on their way to beginning construction. At full build-out, the project will provide 248 new homes for low-income working families. In addition to this project, the city has established an inclusionary housing ordinance to incentivize the construction of smaller homes that are homes more likely to be affordable to our local workforce and to mitigate affordability impacts of larger homes. The city has also recently launched the Rental Assistance Program to assist eligible residents with security deposits and application fees. This program prioritizes those in the greatest need, offering an interest-free loan for the security deposit and application fees, promoting housing stability. The program aims to alleviate financial barriers tied to move-in costs, ensuring low-income residents can secure and maintain a safe, permanent, and stable home within our community. We'll watch a little video on Sugar Pine.
The first phase of the Sugar Pine Village Affordable Housing Project will be available in October 2024. This phase includes 68 units, offering a range of living spaces from studios to 3-bedroom apartments. These units are designed with energy efficiency and resident comfort in mind. Each apartment features modern appliances, spacious kitchens, and bathrooms. Heat pumps, which are significantly more efficient than traditional heating methods, also function as air conditioners, providing year-round climate control. ADA-compliant units are also included, ensuring accessibility for all. The buildings at Sugar Pine Village incorporate sustainable practices, such as solar panels, to reduce environmental impact and lower energy costs. The property also includes outdoor play structures and walking trails, offering residents accessible recreational spaces. Affordable housing, like that provided at Sugar Pine Village, offers multiple benefits to both tenants and the wider community. Lower rent costs help tenants allocate more of their income toward essentials like food, healthcare, and education. Located near public transportation, Sugar Pine Village enables easy access to jobs, education, and healthcare. The development will continue with the next phase, scheduled to open in fall 2025, adding 60 more units. Once complete, the project will comprise of 248 units across 4 phases, contributing significantly to the availability of affordable housing in the region. To learn more about Sugar Pine Village Affordable Housing, please visit the project website at sugarpinevillageslt.com.
So with that, one of the biggest, I think, accomplishments for our council this year was a designation we were given by the state of California, which was the Pro Housing designation. And it really shows and shows our commitment from our council for housing, as we know it is such a major issue in our communities. And receiving a Pro Housing designation from the state recognizes the city's commitment to proactively minimize obstacles, accelerate housing, increase availability of affordable housing, and combat homelessness. With this Pro Housing designation, the city is eligible for additional technical assistance and grant funds from the state. We can continue to grow housing programs, and we are so proud to receive this designation from the state and very proud of the work that has been put in to improve housing quality and affordability. The other major thing that I am very passionate about and really proud of our commitment from our council is the expansion of microtransit and really the city's first in a real long time funding of transit as a whole. This last year, we have increased the funding for microtransit that increased the area all the way out to Grocery Outlet and all the way to Round Hill in Nevada. And we have a commitment that will continue to add to that service, as well as move into really working to enhance the main line. That is going to happen through us really taking on the reins of providing our local transit service. We're doing this through forming a joint powers authority with El Dorado County. This has been quite the project over the last 5 years to really work with the partners in the region and the TTD and TRPA to look at why it would be better for the county and the city to come together and provide a joint powers authority that we will be able to locally essentially control and deliver the transit service for here in South Shore. What the JPA can accomplish is really working on our fixed route on Highway 50 that will really enable the microtransit to work at such a higher level. If we have a reliable fixed route with the investments we're making in microtransit, we really can look and see our future as a community that does rely on transit, that does keep their car parked at home, that does take transit to the ski resorts and the casinos and to Emerald Bay. We're looking at programs for Emerald Bay with El Dorado County that we will be able to provide park and rides from the Y into Emerald Bay so that we can manage the impacts that we all know really need to have attention put towards one of the most beautiful places on earth. So with that, we move into strategic priority 2, recreation and equitable access. In a recent survey, residents rated the importance of the natural environment and recreation opportunities as very high. The city council members take this feedback very seriously and put it to heart, and we really have an emphasis on delivering more quality opportunities to be active and outdoors. So one of the coolest things that I think has happened since I've been on this council in 6 years is the recent opening of our Ski Run Community Park. As stewards of our community, one of our most important responsibilities is to create environments that promote the health and the well-being and connection for all residents, especially our children. And providing outdoor play areas is a vital part of this commitment. On September 6th, we had the official unveiling and ribbon cutting ceremony for Ski Run Community Park. This project is a shining example of what can be achieved when a community comes together with a shared purpose and commitment to improving the quality of life for all. I would like to thank our former mayor, Devin Middlebrook, for his commitment in making this park a reality. Friends of Ski Run, through hard work, dedication, and collaboration with local partners, has transformed a vacant lot into a vibrant park that will serve as a place for connection, recreation, and joy for the surrounding neighborhood. Since it opened, this park has been very active, with kids enjoying the play equipment and families enjoying the new community space. This project is an example of the city's strategic priorities to evaluate options to develop a park in every neighborhood. Our Parks and Recreation Department has been restructured in recent years to build a dedicated park maintenance team and improve the city's focus on maintaining these public spaces. And with that, what I would say is the biggest project ever undertaken by the city of South Lake Tahoe, which is the new recreation center that everybody coming up and down Highway 50 couldn't have missed the new walls that have come up. This is such an exciting project for our community and something that I think is really transformative for us in the wintertime as well as in the summertime, and all that it can provide for our community is great. I'm so excited to share the progress of the construction of our new Recreation and Aquatic Center, and with that, I'll play a video.
As we prepare to open the new Recreation and Aquatic Center, we are excited to share a glimpse of what's to come. This state-of-the-art facility will serve as a vibrant hub for our community, offering a wide range of activities and resources for all ages. This rendering highlights the innovative design and features of the new center, which will soon become a cornerstone of recreation and wellness in South Lake Tahoe. The gymnasium covers 13,050 square feet with 2 full-sized basketball courts and stadium seating. It features 12 drop-down basketball hoops and an elevated second-story track with an adjacent fitness room. A motorized dividing curtain allows for multi-sport use, with floor striping for basketball, pickleball, indoor soccer, and more. The natatorium includes an activity pool with a lazy river, Water feature, slide, and a 3.5-foot depth. The pool has a beachfront style entrance and nearby party areas. The 3,430 square foot lap pool includes 7 lanes, a diving platform, and a climbing wall. The deep end reaches 12.5 feet. The pool deck, covering 5,904 square feet, has stadium-style bleacher seating and 5 cabana-style changing rooms. The event space, located on the second floor, has a square footage of 1,875. It has direct access to the outdoor event deck, a warming kitchen, and the first floor commercial kitchen. This makes for the perfect venue for weddings, parties, and all of your event needs. To support the new recreation center, the South Tahoe Parks Foundation is actively raising funds with a goal of $1 million. These funds will be used to furnish and equip the new facility, as well as to provide past scholarships for community members. To learn more about their efforts, please visit the South Tahoe Parks Foundation's website. The new Recreation and Aquatic Center offers unique opportunities for community involvement through naming rights. This program allows individuals, families, and businesses to leave a lasting legacy by sponsoring different areas of the facility. Whether it's a dedicated room, pool, or other space, naming rights provides a meaningful way to contribute to the community while supporting the continued growth and development of this vital resource. The new Recreation and Aquatic Center will be a vibrant gathering place for all ages, offering something for everyone. It will serve as a community hub where people can connect, engage, and enjoy a wide range of new programs, activities, and events. We are excited for the opening in 2026. See you at the grand opening.
Really exciting to see. It's just going to be such a great facility for our community. But with that, one of the most important things is going to be the programming for that. And I can't be excited enough what we have seen over the past year with such major progress in our Parks and Recs department. Our new director, John Stark, has really brought great energy into what is really my favorite department. So thank you. The Parks and Recreation department has been very active in planning and preparing for the facility to open. This year, we've had a new recreation program survey that was conducted and had over 800 responses from the community. The data collected was used to implement new programs as well as inform our business partners and plan for the new rec center. They have been launching many new programs available to the community that will transition to the new facility once it's completed. The Parks and Rec department now offers a basketball league, flag football league, several different yoga classes, a senior walking club, and the Mini Mountain Movers playtime for toddlers and preschoolers, plus much more. This past summer, the Recreation Center also published their first recreation program guide since 2014. This guide will be available twice annually and will include new programming, special events, classes, recreation offerings, and other services. And with that, we move on to public engagement. And I think public engagement is also one of the most important parts of what government can do, is really hearing from our community, hearing from our constituents, and making sure that we're really aligned with those that we serve and make up our community. So looking forward, the city has initiated several efforts to gain community feedback on the park amenities and activities that are still needed. The city has already engaged the skateboarding community to develop a vision for a new world-class skate park. This group developed a design for a new street-style skate park, and we hope to implement as the first phase of reconstructing the entire skate park. That should start soon, and we'll use our current skate park to really upgrade it as we work towards a brand new world-class skate park design. The city has also initiated an update to the Bijou Park Master Plan. As part of the Midtown Area Plan, the Bijou Park Community Advisory Group has met several times to discuss the future of the Bijou Park and golf course. This advisory group will develop recommendations on park improvements, park amenities, potential events, and parking. This planning effort will provide a vision for the future activities and infrastructure available in the park and a plan for implementation of those future improvements. Another amazing program that's within the Parks and Rec Department is the Park Ranger program. The city has partnered with the Lake Tahoe Unified School District to develop a Park Ranger program, giving students work-based learning opportunities and to educate park users to be good stewards of our parklands. Park Rangers also assist with a variety of professional, technical, and maintenance duties related to parks, trails, and other public recreation facilities. The Park Rangers maintain 1.1 miles of beach, which include overseeing parking lots, bathrooms, porta potties, and bare box trash cans. They provide services from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Litter is also picked up daily by a park ranger, equaling about an hour and 30 minutes each time. Rangers have weeded, repaired, and removed brush along more than 13 miles of bike path in the city. They help operate the boat ramp, and this year alone sold the most Tahoe-only passes, totaling nearly 250. At Bijou Golf Course, they are responsible for aerating, mowing the greens. They have made the course look its best in many years. And then we move on to Community for All, which for me is very personal and something that I feel that we have really made a major shift in the culture of our city over the past 6 years that I've been on council, but every year really elevating that. And it's not only good to be stewards of the land and our built environment, but we also must be stewards of our community and make sure that our community is open for all. As stewards of our community, it is our responsibility to ensure that South Lake Tahoe is somewhere everybody can thrive, regardless of their abilities. The city continues to make progress on inclusion, diversity, accessibility, and sustainability throughout the community. It was great to see the community come together to celebrate the Pride Crosswalk earlier this summer and promoting equity for all. And sustainability, something that is such a large commitment of this council, our prior council, and something that I think we have done a really great job of. We have really stepped up in many different ways and led the way even for other communities throughout the nation and our state. Being good stewards of our community environment means taking bold and responsible actions to protect natural beauty and resources that define South Lake Tahoe. Reducing our carbon footprint is not just an environmental goal, it is a commitment to the future of our city and the well-being of everyone who calls it home. This past year, the city implemented a ban on the sale of single-use plastic water bottles. We can celebrate a successful implementation of a first ever municipal single-use water bottle ban by a city with our outreach partners at Keep Tahoe Blue. 106 businesses were educated directly, and we will see enforcement starting this fall. At least 4 cities in California and Colorado have emulated us and are more actively researching it with our staff. And accessibility. So accessibility is something that we really need to put a focus on, and we have, but we have a lot of work to do to get where we need to go with accessibility. And it's not just about compliance with regulations, it's about fostering inclusivity, equality, and respect for all members of our community. By making our public spaces, facilities, and services more accessible, we are taking an essential step towards creating a more inclusive environment. These improvements ensure that everyone, whether they are residents, visitors, or employees, can fully participate and enjoy all that our city has to offer. As we acknowledge that we have lots of work to do in this area, earlier this summer, we added a beach wheelchair at El Dorado Beach, making beaches inclusive for all. Over the past year, we have also made ADA improvements throughout the city. Recently, we added accessible sidewalks and truncated domes at Harrison Avenue and Lakeview Drive with the recent upgrade at Bellamy Parking Garage located at Heavenly Village. ADA improvements were made with included truncated domes. And celebrating diversity. So this past weekend, we celebrated the 3rd year of the Multicultural Celebration. This event brings our community together and celebrates the various cultures within our community. It aims to bring together the diverse communities of South Lake Tahoe and beyond, showcasing the rich traditions, arts, and cuisines from around the world. The city has been hosting this event to implement the vision of the Multicultural Alliance and to engage the community in celebrating diversity. In addition to celebrating diversity, we also want to take a minute to recognize our sister city of Ameca, Mexico. Our relationship with Ameca is a special connection that enhances our community's cultural ties. With many of our residents having roots in Ameca, this bond holds personal significance and deepens our understanding of shared values. By fostering collaboration, cultural exchange, and friendship, we strengthen both communities with relationship, which also enriches the lives of our residents. And with that, we'll watch a little video. a really great event, and it's again, it's really great to bring all the cultures in our community together. So moving on to commercial revitalization, and I would say this is probably one of, if not our biggest challenges. We've taken a lot of recent surveys because we really do care as a council what our community thinks and what you want to see. And what we found in a recent survey was that the community had provided clear feedback that the economy is an area that has a high importance and that the current economic health of South Lake Tahoe is not favorable. Economic development is about more than just attracting businesses and creating jobs. It's about creating opportunities. By supporting local businesses, encouraging entrepreneurship, and attracting diverse industries, we are laying the foundation for a resilient economy that can weather challenges and adapt to changing times. Unfortunately, the national shift in business models and real estate markets has resulted in several local commercial properties remaining vacant. The city has created an inventory of these vacant and underused properties and have employed several strategies to address these properties and turn them into viable economic opportunities. Although our tools are limited because these are private properties and we can't control specifically which stores or restaurants they may choose to rent to, the city can certainly provide assistance and incentives for businesses that are compatible and supported by community needs. We are working with several going through a permitting process, and we'll be excited to see these new businesses opening soon. We have Cascade Kitchen that's going to be near the Y. We have a Target coming at the Crescent V. There's also the former Runnels Automotive that is starting to open up with a new development, and we should see Lily's Tires properties get underway. We've had many businesses close in this past year, but we also must not forget the many new businesses that have also opened, which many of are locally owned and operated. So moving on to more of commercial revitalization, one goal that we have really put at the forefront over the past year is to get something done with what many know as the hole in the ground, but really is named the Chateau Project. This is a major issue for our city that it has sat there as long as it has with no development. So our council has made it a top priority to do whatever was within our power to motivate action at the Chateau Project. The city is conducting project feasibility and financing analysis to identify how we can partner with a developer to complete the build out of the Chateau Project at State Line Avenue. We have also identified code enforcement cases such as the Sunray Hotel, as well as a few other properties to address blighted sites where the property owner has not engaged with the city. These blighted properties have a negative effect on the environmental, social, and economic well-being of our city. By revitalizing these properties and through strategic economic development, we are not only building a stronger economy, but also enhancing the quality of life for everyone in South Lake Tahoe. And with that, we'll move on to strategic priority 5, our core services, which is really the foundation of the city, why the city was founded, and really is the core of what we're here for, which is public safety, snow removal, our roads. And I really have to say, I feel that we do fairly well, and I think we have improved this in my 6 years on council and definitely through the last year. In a recent survey, the same that I spoke of before, 78% of our residents stated that the overall feeling of safety in South Lake Tahoe is excellent or good. This is a reflection of the trust of our community has in the hardworking public safety staff. Providing them with the tools they need to deliver those services, improving their hard work environment has been a focus of the City Council in recent years. This year, the fire department was able to bring on a new fire engine. Good stewardship of our community means prioritizing the safety and well-being of all who live, work, and visit here. In South Lake Tahoe, we are surrounded by stunning natural landscape. This responsibility includes taking proactive steps to enhance fire safety. Continuous improvement to community fire safety is critical to safeguarding our homes, businesses, and natural environment. This includes investing in advanced firefighting equipment, improving emergency response capabilities, and working closely with state and federal partners to ensure our preparedness. In April, we welcomed a new fire engine to the fleet with a traditional new engine wet down and push-in ceremony. And our new fire engine is really awesome. It's a 2023 Pierce PUC four-wheel drive fire engine. Not a whole lot of fire engines are four-wheel drive, but that ensures we can get to your house any time of the year. The new engine makes good use of space with a modified pump panel assembly, providing much more storage space for tools and equipment. Safety features include anti-lock brakes, airbags, and a reinforced cab. The pump is rated at 2,000 gallons per minute and has proven to be a very reliable and comfortable piece of equipment. We are very pleased with the new engine. It replaced a 2003 model that had been put in over 20 years of frontline service. As well with the fire department, we have made a real commitment to upgrade the fire stations. These heroes live in the place that they work. And if any of you had seen the conditions of Fire Station 3, it was beyond what we should have anybody, and especially our heroes, be spending their time. So as we went into the project, we really saw that the fire station needed a whole lot more than just upgrades, but we realized as well we had to do something now. So this year, the fire station at Fire Station 3 completed a much needed interior upgrade. And the City Council has also made a commitment to completely rebuild Fire Station 3 to evolve this 1957 facility to a new state-of-the-art fire station. The existing Fire Station 3 received some attention this last spring and summer with new flooring and paint on the second floor. This included administrative offices, entryway, day room, kitchen, and bedrooms. We also repaired some leaks in the roof and upgraded the HVAC system. Again, things that if anybody had seen the previous condition, it was so needed. But the new fire station is something that is going to be great. Our council has worked hard to acquire some property next to it so that we can make the facility much more built out for what a modern fire station is in today's world. We've added new LED lighting and countertops, but because the station is from 57, we realized that this facility is needed. The city is looking at constructing a new fire station adjacent to Station 3, and that would allow us to keep the existing station in service as we do the construction of a new station. That's something that's really important, obviously, for our fire integrity. And we also are hopeful that through the design we get to a single floor fire station, and so we don't have a second story station that will provide much more safety and different things. The new facility would have systems in place to address exposure to carcinogens and diesel exhaust. Also, when returning from a fire, we'll have equipment on site to clean their gear immediately. The products of combustion at every fire that they respond to contain extremely harmful carcinogens, and they need to be able to have the washdown spaces for their equipment. So this is what a new modern station will do, and why our council has made the commitment to make that happen. Also, our communication systems. This was something when I joined council 6 years ago that was in major need of repair. It was to a point that our firemen, wouldn't even be able to communicate, if firefighters were at the top of Harvey's for some type of call to the fire truck at the bottom. It was that bad. And so we had made a commitment years ago to really upgrade our communication system. And we are finally there to the final point of that upgrade, and it's been something that's very imperative to public safety, not just for the fire department, but also our police department, our public works department. And it's amazing. It's encrypted. If radios are lost or stolen, they can be tracked. It's just really brought us into the 20th century of what we need to be communicating with for our public safety officials. And that'll bring us into road rehabilitation. This was definitely, from the time I joined council to even today, one of the biggest issues in our city. And, I commonly refer to road rehabilitation as the same as painting the Golden Gate Bridge. It's something that you never stop from the time you build it. You always are maintaining it, and when you finish it, you start where you started. And what happened in our city is that didn't take place for many years, but that doesn't mean we cannot start that process now, and we must start it, and we must never stop it. And it's going to take us a little while to get where our roads need to be, but if we can continue the commitment that our council has made and not stop, and this will be for future councils to go, we can keep and get our roads to a maintained level. I have to say that we have seen a true transformation of our public works department under the leadership of Anush Najad. I am so thankful for his expertise, which has made such a difference for our city over the last 2 or 3 years that he has been here. Maintaining our roads, as I mentioned earlier, has been a challenge of the city, especially after big winters. However, maintaining road infrastructure is a key aspect of good stewardship of our community as it directly impacts the quality of life for our residents, the safety of our travelers, as well as the overall vitality of South Lake Tahoe. So this year we have allocated a lot more funding than we have in the last several years, and that's directly due to us being able to have a sales tax increase and our budget being in a more healthy place than it has been really ever. So we can look at this slide here, which shows the miles of roadways that we were able to do full inlays on. And so 2020 was 2 miles. 2021, we got almost up to 4, and we've dipped down. And now we can see in 2024, we completed almost 7 miles of roadway. So again, this commitment must continue. And if we can continue that, we will look up to 15 or 20 years and our roads will be back to where they needed to be. But then we can't stop. We've got to go back to the roads that we're paving today, 15 to 20 years from now. And that's something that I think that all of us need to make sure that we keep this council as well as all future councils understanding and keep that happening. With that, we have snow removal. This, I would say, is one of the main foundations of why the city was even founded, was because we needed to get snow removal for our residents and our businesses to be able to have a vital economic city in the wintertime. Snow removal is key. So it's been a high priority for this city council to modernize our snow removal equipment. In 2023, we saw 4 new graders and 2 new snow blowers. And we have 2 new graders that have been ordered and for delivery in this year. So we have really done a lot over the past, I'd say 2 to even 3 years at upgrading our snow equipment, which has not seen upgrades in decades. And so that is allowing the efficiency of our snow removal operations to really step up. And I think many people noticed that through last winter, as well as even the winter before, one of the heaviest winters in 50 years. The city really stood out compared to some of our surrounding jurisdictions. Again, a pure effort of the Public Works Department and the staff is really who my hat's off to. But having the right equipment and having the right investment and knowing that you've got what you need and the tools you need to go to work are critical to that. The upgrades have been significant. They've increased all sorts of efficiencies. And our standard snow removal approach this last winter was to deploy snowplows in all 8 zones. We are also able to provide the public with better information on the status of snow plowing operations. And that came with what was known as the Snow Removal Tracker, which is really a cool piece of technology that we deployed last year. And what it will do is show you when a snowplow was on your street and show you by the color code how long ago it was there. So if the color is green, it's been there with, I believe, in 0 to 2 hours. It turns blue when it's been 2 to 6, and yellow from 6 to 12, and so on. But that really allows the public to have access to know the last time a snowplow was in front of their house. What it also does, which is really great for a tool for our Public Works Department, is to be able to analyze the snow removal and how it's happening. So what we're able to do with that is track the location and route of a fleet. We can monitor our salt usage, we can measure and track performance, and the real-time visibility on driver performance. So when we are bringing in new snowplow operators, we can really track what snowplow operators are doing a more efficient job, and possibly somebody that may need more training or may need to be put into a different zone because they aren't at the same efficiency level. So this tool has been more than just the public and public information. It's also so good for analytics, and that really just helps us continue to improve this department, which is critically important. It also does things like understanding vehicle faults and gives us diagnostics for our maintenance department to be able to basically keep better maintenance of our snow equipment. Another major commitment that we made in the last year, which I think is just so great, was sidewalk snow removal. Our Public Works Department, they continue to design and construct new bike paths and sidewalks to improve opportunities for biking and walking throughout our community. The past winter, the first time that the city funded snow removal on Lake Tahoe Boulevard sidewalks, and it was wonderful to see people able to safely walk along the highway without having to break paths through feet of snow or walk in the roadway. The city is also continuing to plow bike paths for the hardy year-round bikers. And with that, I really just want to thank our city council and staff, and looking forward to continuing to deliver quality programs by utilizing the strategic plan approach to maintain focus on priorities. The city council will be updating the strategic plan in 2025 and working with city administrators to plan for implementation. We are very fortunate to have such a dedicated and innovative staff. I've been in Tahoe for 27 years, and I've never seen the city function at this level, and it truly is the staff that dedicates their time every day. I'm so grateful for Joe Irvin and Heather Stroud, and really what I've seen as a changing culture in the city. Since I got here 6 years ago, every single person on this screen is new from when I was here 6 years ago, besides Heather Stroud, who had only been here for about a month and a half. So it really shows, what positive energy can do, and what also how important culture is. And I think, for anybody that's been in South Lake Tahoe long enough and has followed the history of the city, we've seen a lot. And it's just really great to see this screen of such dedicated people that truly serve our community. And so with that, I'd love to take a moment to introduce our senior management team. Our city manager, Joe Irving. Thank you, Joe. And we've got our assistant city manager, Hillary Roverud. Awesome, thank you, Hillary. And we've got our city attorney, Heather Stroud. Hey, Heather. And our clerk, Susan Blankenship. Yes. Our development services director is Zach Thomas. And we've got our finance director, Olga Tikamarova. Hi, Olga. And fire chief, Jim Drennan in the back. And we've also got human resources director, Ember Buckman. And our Parks and Rec director is John Stark. And we wouldn't be the city we are without our police chief, David Stevenson. And Public Works director, Anush Najad. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Again, the city, I think we have done a lot. We also have a lot of challenges, but that's part of being a community and a city. And yes, thank you all for being here. And so with that, we will be opening this up to public comment for anybody that wants to give a public comment. This is a special meeting, so the public comment can only be on this presentation of the state of the city. It cannot be on anything else. So if anybody would like to give public comment, there's a microphone right there in the corner by the monitor, and you can walk up and you would have 3 minutes. So, all right, well, seeing none, we're going to be here till 7 o'clock, and you guys hang out, and we will look forward to chatting. Thank you for being here.